People are talking about Song Dae-yoon in Jimin's house again. We have some stalker content being exposed and what that is about, and then we have people believing that Lisa has mentioned a name for who she's dating. So Dumplings, it's Dave Disci, let's get into it. If you're not aware, it has been rumored for the longest time that Lisa from Blackpink is dating Frédéric Arnault. I believe he is the heir of LVMH. They are the biggest luxury brand. I believe they own LV and several other of the hugest luxury brands that exist in the world. His family is literally a billionaire, so they have all the money in the world, essentially. Now, while he is not technically royalty, I don't believe, and I don't believe his family is technically royalty, he appears as royalty because he is the son of the owners of all these luxury brands. Lisa and Frederic were seen together multiple times in the past. It was believed they were photographed many times together, and so people have had rumors for a long time that they must be romantically together. But neither did the label nor did Lisa herself ever address the rumors. People were making assumptions, and people were even mocking her before she had even confirmed that she was dating him, and technically she still hasn't officially confirmed that she's dating anyone, but she has had new music come out. And one of the lyrics of her new song kind of makes people feel like she is talking about him. Now, Lisa performed at Global Citizens, which was a huge opportunity for her, and really anyone, and it was believed that she sang an unreleased song. So of course, not everyone was going to be present for that song, and those who were present likely didn't record the entire song, but seemingly only recorded a part of it, and that part seemingly has gone viral. So there's a lot of people who haven't heard the whole song yet. The specific lyrics in the song, she references a French boy with green eyes, and essentially saying that she may be head over heels with this French boy with green eyes. Now, if you look at Frederic and his eyes, they are green, and it's believed that he is French. So people have connected that Lisa is talking about him since there have already been that existing dating rumor. And now, of course, I can't say anything about this or confirm or deny whether this is true or not. All I can say is that the lyrics seem to imply that she is talking about someone. I will say that if she is in a relationship with a billionaire's son, and if this is actually real, I am genuinely actually so excited for her. And quite frankly, I'm not even jealous like for Frederic or jealous that they're in a relationship. I'm just jealous over the fact that she is dating a billionaire. Like, of course, I would love to be in a relationship with a potential billionaire. Of course, she never explicitly said his name, and many people take the description or the lyrics as essentially name dropping him at this point because they believe it's him already. If they get married or if they end up together, she will essentially have her life set. Not that she doesn't have her life set now, but she'll be able to live in such excess and wealth for the rest of her life with all of her children and their children's children, and just never have to worry about money again while living very lavishly with a mansion and all those things. And of course, that's something to be jealous about. Now, one thing that I have noticed is that men who date female K-pop stars tend to get less death threats. It tends to be more when the male idol star dates a woman or dates whoever that woman, they get less death threats, but typically not the female idols. Of course, it does happen. I just believe it's not as frequent. Now, people who do make fun of Frederic because they think he's unattractive or whatever it is, it doesn't really matter, and their opinion doesn't matter because he is not only wildly successful himself, as he is the CEO of, I believe, a company that's under LVMH. He himself also has no need to ever work in his life, potentially just inherit the billions from his father and just live very comfortably on his own. So haters can say whatever they want to say. Haters are probably jealous of Frederic's billions, just like I am. This rumor makes a lot more sense, I think. While it's not confirmed yet, and if she is potentially dropping those hints in songs, then the potential alleged relationship would probably come out sooner or later, or maybe even very soon. And these are more pieces of speculation or pieces of evidence where it's a little bit more difficult to deny. And while I'm not denying it, I'm not confirming it either. I think we should just wait and see what happens. Now, there are a lot of stalker moments that are quite crazy that I definitely do not defend and are definitely less understood by me. And by understanding, I definitely mean less empathy from me. There is a story of JK's stalker that existed a little while ago. Essentially, she was stalking JK and the BTS members for a really long time, and she was doing it for a little bit of money. And when she ended up teaming up with other stalkers, she ended up getting an opportunity to follow JK around and earn a lot more money. It is believed that she became addicted to making this specific amount of money that is undisclosed, but probably was a decent amount that she was willing to kind of give up her life to do this. Alongside following JK, she admitted that she had fallen in love with JK, and this was kind of her whole story for a while. I'll get into the rest of the story, but even just right here, this kind of feels to me like a made-up Wattpad story or like some sort of written fantasy. This is just how I feel. I don't actually know whether it's true or not, and the reason why I can say that is because there are times in which the community does make up stories like this just to either get something trending or just to say something or be associated with their favorite BTS member. Now, this might not be for this specific story. I could 100% believe that it's real if someone were to tell me that it's real. Now, the stalker who decided to share her life talked about how ultimately she was not happy with where her life was going and she no longer wanted to do this or keep up the lifestyle anymore. The stalker talked about feeling regret and feeling burnt out for dedicating their life to BTS 24/7. Of course, at this point, she was then following JK or any of the members essentially 24/7, and funny enough, nothing came out about it, which is the part that made me kind of feel like it was a Wattpad story. Because how do you follow someone 24/7 and no substantial news comes out? Because people are human beings, there's bound to be something like bad or dark that would be happening, and not actually like bad or dark in terms of things that would be considered a scandal for most people, but bad or dark things that would be considered a scandal for K-pop. Like, this stalker allegedly wasn't, I don't think, the one that leaked JK smoking, and so if he was smoking, he was likely smoking at the time, and thus that should have been leaked a long time ago. But yeah, apparently people believe that there was a lot of stalker content that was posted around this time, and it all come from this one account, who later apparently admitted to feeling bad about taking all this content. Now, apparently Song Dae-yoon has been trending again. If you're not aware of this situation and really what this is about, then we need to talk about it. So for a little while, not the longest time, but for a little while, people believed that Jimin and her were in a relationship together. It was nothing that Jimin posted, but it was something that people believed that she posted. She was posting things like with headphones, both her name and Jimin's name were on them, and then she was posting pictures of what seemed to be Jimin's apartment, even posting pictures of her and Jimin at a similar location. Of course, all of these things can be explained pretty simply, and I will explain. But it's interesting that a lot of this stuff is being trended again. It's being talked about as if it's new news due to something else that happened. So since a lot of people are upset about how one part of the community will ship JK and V together, and then the other part of the community will ship Jimin and JK together, there's been a lot of controversy. So the part of the community that ships Jimin and JK together, we're essentially saying that JK and V are definitely not in a relationship together because V is straight, and it was proven by the fact that he was dating Jennie. That was then, of course, rebutted by, if you're going to talk about V's rumored dating life, then we have to talk about Jimin's rumored dating life. And of course, that would be with Song, which, of course, at this stage in the argument, can't really even pin the blame on one side. Both sides of the community are to blame at this point for starting this. Because at the end of the day, who is actually getting hurt by these rumors then? Like resurfacing and being talked about. It's not either side of the community, but it's actually these idols that are being mentioned and their livelihoods at stake. So while people are then taking things to attack another part of the community with, this is another person's life that's being toyed with, like the idol's life. And of course, I want to get into more of the rumors and why I think some of these things are ridiculous. Jimin could quite literally be anyone's name. So Song posting headphones with two names on them could literally be any person's name. But also, if it were to imply BTS's Jimin, that's okay too, because she could just be a fan and really enjoy, like really admire Jimin the most and just thus wanted to take a picture of his name. That's like if I were to take a picture of his name, that doesn't mean that I'm in a relationship with him. The only thing that separates me from posting Jimin's name versus her posting Jimin's name is the fact that she is a famous actress, or I'm not even quite sure if that's all she does. But you see how ridiculous that is, because she's also talked about never meeting the boys ever. So the fact that people are putting them together just because she's also famous is very silly. The other parts of the rumors are weird, which are things like them being apparently in the same house together or them taking pictures in the same location. They also make no sense, because a lot of luxury apartments, even how luxury apartments are styled, can be very similar if they call the same interior designer. Also, the more expensive the homes are, it can go into the negotiation process when buying the house to also include a lot of the furniture that's being used to stage, because a lot of rich people and celebrities don't just have one home, so they can't just like bring their furniture from one home to the other because they have two homes that they would like to be furnished at the same time. So sometimes they'll just ask to buy some of the staging, and that could be the exact same furniture for each of them. And of course, them being at famous landmarks is just them being at famous landmarks. I can take a picture near the Statue of Liberty in New York, and so can everyone else. I'm not in a relationship with everyone else who does. Let me know what you think. Make sure to check out Patreon for more videos. Link down below. Thanks, just leave a comment right here. Love you, bye.